Good evening, folks, and welcome to episode 8 of Campaign 2 of Malt and Magic. This is the Planar Detective Agency, as we have been saying for the last couple of weeks, and boy, what an episode we have to follow from last week. Yes, let's run down our usual thank yous and shout outs. So, a big shout out to Incarnate, Albo Radio, Dungeon Alchemist for all things virtual tabletop and mapping. A big thank you to Hero Forge and other image creation tools for just sort of those character visuals and concept images and various different things. Yes, may have had contact from a particular fan and artist last week, so we may be in touch with them in future to potentially get some official artwork done. But in the meantime, we are playing around with other things. A big thank you to D&D Beyond for all things game management, character management, DM, keeping me on the straight and narrow. But of course there are the DM's tools that I use in the background there, which are Kassoon, 5e Magic Shop, 2 Minutes Tools, the Thieves Guild, and World Anvil. Any musical tracks you hear are courtesy of either Tabletop Audio or Battle Bards. Almost forgot the name of Tabletop Audio there, because I've just got it as TTA in front of me, and therefore read it and just went, brain. So yes, it's been a long day. Anyway, so yes, a big thank you to Tabletop Audio and Battle Bards for both musical tracks and sound effects. And if you want to go and grab them for yourselves, then go check out those platforms, get yourselves a little subscription. They are well worth it. As I said last week, I've been using Tabletop Audio and Battle Bards actually to just gather some musical tracks for a little thing I'm doing over the festive period with my family, which may then become a Malt and Magic one-shot in the future. We shall see. Let's just sort some potential audio issues out there. Cool, where was I? Yes, of course, a massive thank you again to the Eldritch Press, who are sponsoring another giveaway this week. So more PDFs to give away if you didn't win them last week. Here is another chance to do so. And of course, the biggest thank you and the biggest amount of love to the Homie and the Dude crew, who I know are suffering a little bit at this moment with illnesses, but we send them a lot of love, and of course, a huge thank you to Bodhi himself, who is here with us once again as our newest member of the Malt and Magic family. Cool. I think that's it for shout-outs and thank yous. You have seen the social media links or channels popping up along the bottom there, but please do come follow us on X, on Threads and Instagram. Hopefully you're here with us on either Twitch or YouTube. You can always catch the the VOD episodes on YouTube on a Friday as well after the Monday stream. But we are again streaming both on Twitch and YouTube, so welcome. And of course there is always the TikTok channel as well. If you fancy going and catch some silly videos and crazy clips on there, then please do. The best place to be, however, to engage with us all, of course, is our Discord channel. So there is all sorts of things happening there. There is some artwork that is being posted by fans in terms of their own artwork, which is incredible, I have to say. There is homebrews in there. I am trying to be more and more active in there and sort of responsive to people, but please bear with me. It's a busy time at work at the minute. But yes, we will start to do more in there. The more and more folks we get in there, we'll start doing maybe some Q&As and all sorts of crazy things. But please come and join the Discord channel on the Discord server. And yeah, interact with us. We would love to hear from you, love to speak with you, love to see what you're up to as well. So if you've got your own streams or own things you're doing on Twitch or YouTube or wherever, then please let us know in the community channels and we will come and show you some love in the same way that you show us love as well. So that being said, the final thing for me to talk about is of course the podcast. And first of all, an apology from me on the podcast. I realise I made a bit of a boo-boo uploading the podcast this week, where I forgot to put the intro, the mid-roll and the outro on, so you just got the episode. That is now fixed and it is all sorted, and you should be able to listen to it as normal now. So yes, I know, big wanker moment, so I apologise. I was very, very tired last week, but it is all fixed. and ready to go. So thank you for everybody that's supporting us there. The podcast listens are an all-time high, so no amount of thanks will ever be enough there. But yes, as I've said before, if you are listening on the podcast, then please come and join us on the Discord channel. The link to the Discord channel is in the episode description, and also on the podcast description as well. So please come and join us, and we look forward to seeing you there. But with that being said, let's go and figure out what's going on with our Planar Detective Agency and certain individuals that may or may not have caused a little bit of a shit show at the end of last week's episode. So my usual warnings do apply. There has already been adult language. There will most certainly be more of that and more adult humour. You have been warned. Let's roll. Hello.
What is up?
Every time you do that,
I swear, I was confused at the beginning because I swear you said episode 8, and I was like, "Fucking hell, I'm stuck in a time warp." But you must have said.
I did say 38. Please, somebody make sure I said. Yeah, I did say 38. Right, I'm not like. You're now gonna have me worried up until the video comes out and the recording goes on. So it is episode 38.
You're welcome.
Episode 38. So yeah, thanks for causing me confusion there, Danny. Very good. So how is everybody doing?
Yes.
Ready to go.
Ready and raring to go. Good stuff. Well, if we are ready and raring to go, let's go down the lineup. So I am your Dungeon Master for this evening. I am Matt. I am also playing the sidekick character of Callum, and also any sort of emotional form or at least interactive form of cog that there is.
Yeah.
I love the fact that we have cog in here. It's brilliant. I'm Dave, and I'm playing Jewel of Shadows, the female tabaxi rogue.
I'm playing Lex Ordo, the calm, cool, and collected sorcerer who will disintegrate you with a lightning bolt if you push him too far.
Damn, good lord. I am Bodhi, your player, 1 of 3 tonight, and I am playing Edgiest Bones, your detective bard, ready to not try and have a panic attack about what I just saw. And, yeah, get going.
The end of last week was fucking sublime, and I feel like that energy is carried. It's been with me, and I've got it again now. It's just resurged back in me, thinking about it as the titles were running.
Love it. I was gonna say, last week's episode was an absolute doozy. So
it was your monologue, Matt, that took it over the fucking top, dude. Your monologue about what was going on during the scrying just took it to the next level. So yeah.
And then the sneaky outro of characters we don't know doing nefarious shit we don't know about.
Yes. Also, guys, if you haven't watched that episode yet, go check it out on YouTube because seriously, it's a great place to jump in. And God, fucking Matt's monologue. Seriously, guys, seriously.
Yeah. Obviously, not right now. Stay with us for the minute, and then do it after.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. Yes. If there are any audio issues on my end, please do let me know. But I think we've ironed whatever that was out. Cool. So, last week then, having said all that and how amazing it was, let's do a bit of a recap. So we dealt primarily with the aftermath of the Greenheart Festival. and sort of jumped in immediately following that, where seeds were planted, and we conversed with Brom the druid and sort of understood what was going on, and managed to negotiate that fee, if you like, or payment of protection. Now, Brom explained that he would not be able to protect Gibbons, and I did get it right there, Elogius's shop straight away, but he would have some of the Verdant Sentinels, the guards of Dryad's Gate, sent and posted outside the door just to protect that building and protect your space, given the effects of the previous evening and, well, the evening before that, I should say, and the shadow creature that had attacked you all and seemingly started with Aegeus. We then disappeared off to the Emerald Echo Tavern again, just for some sort of post-event processing. Dealt with all the level up stuff, of course. We'd already done that, and talked about what we'd leveled up in and where we'd leveled up, and our hit points and stuff. And started to think about what was next. What were we going to do? What is the next plan? We now have all 3 items that we need to go and heal the planar rift that is fritzing, that is broken. Were we going to do that straight away? Were we going to head over to Stonebark to go and visit Jules' place of birth and family and home? Were we going to do more within Dryad's Gate? Also realised that funds were a little bit low. And we might need to start doing a little bit of work for money, but also just settling into that proper realisation now that we no longer have to run. Like, yes, we are wanted for murder, but right now, things are settled. Or at least they were. Until one sorcerer bard decided to scry and
shocking.
did some very, very good checks. Did some very, very good checks, because that scry could have failed, and as we know from previous campaigns, if you try and cast a spell that is beyond your capability and fail, there are some serious effects that can then happen. But
Nat 20,
we got
baby.
through it. Yes, it was. Absolutely smashed it. Dice gods were on our side, and Aegeus then had a moment of pure horror, as not only was he able to scry on an old enemy, but he saw that this old enemy was ravaged, absolutely battered by whatever fight they'd been through, or some effects over the last 30 years, and was speaking in some strange dark language and casting spells or doing something arcane. You were also made aware that there was a strange creature in a cage, which after the fact Jewel had realised she had seen before. And Klein, who was Aegeus's old enemy, turned around and said to this creature in the cage, Jane, it is your own fault that you were in this state, effectively. So tying some ends together there. Having come out of that scry spell in a semi-major panic attack, Aegeus was calmed by his allies and friends. You all realised there was nothing that was going to be solved in that immediate moment, so it was agreed that you would all bed down and have a long rest for the evening, and take watch, despite having the Verdant Sentinels down, watching over Elogius's tailor shop.
I just remembered.
And it was at that moment, after Jewel took her watch and Callum said, I will take second watch, where we had a bit of an epilogue scene last week of Callum disappearing out and sending a message via his familiar to someone, and then returning. So, my friends, we awake the next day to some dappled sunlight just shining through. You have all taken watches, and I'm going to say, for the sake of this, Lex, you have the final watch. And what would you be doing sort of early hours of the morning, or as your friends wake up, Lex?
So, as we're getting to the point where everyone's starting to stir and wake up, I would be then doing my meditation for the day as everybody's getting up, as I've judged it safe enough for me to not concentrate for a second. So I fail that meditation check. So considering we've been for an emotional roller coaster, it is quite hard for me to gather myself, I suppose. It's been fragmented sleep. It's been weird. I've been exhausted more often than not. Coming to terms with a lot of things, so it makes sense.
It's in this moment where you also... Because it's been a lot over the last few days, and I don't know whether Lex has really come to terms with the memory that he was given back.
Oh,
I mean,
So
some
there is
might
a
call
lot
it
of things.
PTSD. Yeah.
There are a lot of things playing on Lex's mind which make that meditation just that little bit more difficult. So you are not your calm, cool, collected self again today, but you are no longer exhausted, ultimately.
Thank God for that.
I can
Fucking
roll
hell.
without disadvantage. Thank God for that.
And
that
so
didn't
your
do me any
friends
favours.
wake
I
up.
rolled a 3 just then. So.
I was going to say, no, that really didn't do you any favours. So yes, we all wake up. Callum sort of stirs and... Time for breakfast, darlings.
You know what, Callum? I can't tell you how much it warms my heart after such a hard evening's events to turn over, and by turn over I mean roll my skull along the ground, to see you standing above me, trowel dropped and voice abrazen. Thank you for the morning call. As you know, truly this group wouldn't be the same without you, buddy.
I have to say that you have, considering we were practically strangers not so long ago, both of you, I think we have really come together as a group. Well, trauma bonds people together, and we know our fates are intertwined. Do you need help with your legs there, or are you okay?
No, it's all good.
Okay. Yeah, it's good to have you on
Yes,
side, Callum.
Trauma bonding and all. Yes, sure. No, yes, what a family, hey? What a family.
Insight check! It's all right.
I've been
7.
itching to do
Never
that
mind.
from the very fucking beginning. With a 7, I
mind.
suppose. No, you've rolled, which means we need some sort of check from Mr. Pink Eyes here, and not the disease Pink Eye.
Not that I'm
Yeah,
on fourth
okay,
person,
yeah. You pick up fuck all from Callum.
Just Callum.
I don't know about you guys, but I had this really good dream last night, but I'm feeling a little bit better today, a little bit more clear-headed about kind of what went on last night. I know you guys all took shifts. Did you guys get a chance to think about what went down at all, or draw any sort of conclusions?
well, as you can see from the wall, I was trying to connect many of the strings together. So that is as much as I got. After that, I am curious to know what plagues my village, whether that has any connection to any of this, if it is simply a repeat of something like more Stacy, then it does not give us much. But if it is something extra, it might be an extra piece to the puzzle. That said, not something I think we can do immediately, as much as I want to simply walk out that door and head off. Let us get settled first.
I'll be honest, I feel like my watch wasn't very productive. You did all of that on your watch. I just contemplated my own past problems.
I did get a little sort of into it. It was my way of, I wouldn't say coping, but I became hyper-focused on it. Found it quite interesting.
As Jules says this...
Edges.
Edgius at that point has actually gone up and gone over to the corkboard, looked kind of to the side of the corkboard and noticed that there's a blanket over a box. He's going to pull the blanket off to reveal just a bundle of yarn that seems to have been clawed at and like played with for a couple hours, and is going to kind of look over at Jewel, look back at the box, and be like hyper-focused. Indeed. I just... So... My thoughts this morning are, it seems that almost all of what you guys have spoken about, the shadows that you dealt with in your village, the stuff you dealt with when that person was murdered, and I don't know, I'm just getting this weird feeling, and I the fact that all of this seems to be happening concurrently, moving at the same time, what I saw last night with Klein, to me, it feels like, he could be trying to get the crime syndicate back together. It feels like, there's so many of these small events happening. That's how it starts. That's always how it starts. You never take over a government first. You start by infecting small areas of the world, gaining numbers, gaining voices, gaining people.
I could not agree more. I am Lex. Forgive me. You can hopefully give me more information than I am more than aware of. But if you can travel the planes, then presumably you can also traverse them to different areas. So maybe they're using it as an underground path, so to speak. Perhaps also, as we saw with the portal, corrupting these connections is giving them power. I don't know whether this is something that they can harness for their doings. These are all the types of things that we think of when we think of someone trying to take power from very quietly. They're going to need resources. They are going to need powers. They are going to need weapons. Maybe they are all weapons. Maybe they are experiments for... you know what I mean? Following the train of thought as what they are doing may mean that we can find them also sooner.
I'm also worried that Klein might be recruiting. Like, we got framed from Murder, right? Emma is the prime suspect. I'm worried that might ultimately be working with Klein, or Klein might be trying to recruit them. Who else does he have? We know of a couple of, I don't know, secret organizations, like the Serpent's Cloak. I know we don't want to talk to them because we're currently on the run from them as well.
No, but forgive me, if I was in a particular mind such as Klein, I would probably go for the Serpent's Cloak first. They would be tremendous and would not probably think twice about helping someone like this. So... maybe there is a
I'm not familiar with this Serpent's Cloak. Who are...
I forget. You haven't been with us the whole time. Long story, very short. We want to create our own network of informants, right? Well, essentially the Serpent's Cloak is a criminal organization that has a hierarchical tier of criminal, essentially starts with low-level informants all the way up to big mafia-type bosses, and they have a network across the continent.
Their cargo is information, possibly even smuggling people. Anything that you want to get under the radar. They are not nice people. I did have an encounter with them. I learned a great deal. However, it did not work the last time we met. It seems they were hoping for more... dangerous means that I could provide. It has not led me in good standing, but yes, I think that I dodged a bullet on that one. I believe it is good that I have not, connected with them any further.
Well, I mean, there's a couple things floating around in my head based off of what you guys said. First of all, we need to keep our ears on the streets for what they're calling, what you guys said was just the conclave, what I know is the void conclave. And then I think, the best place to hide is, as people say, in plain sight, or right under the nose of your enemy. So maybe actually us getting some sort of work or becoming informants for the snake place could be a a way for us to climb the ladder, maybe get some information, do undercover work. The final question I had, though, Lex, before I just quickly move on, you guys mentioned that Klein could possibly be using portals to recruit people and almost dimension hopping. Now, when you said that, something kind of rang true in my ear. And Lex, you tell me what you know about this, because I've only been to another dimension once, and it was just black and murky and awful, and it sounded like water with an oar, and just not great. My thought was, for you to be able to portal hop, essentially my assumption is portals go two directions, to a location and back from that location, right? Now, what if you could go into a portal that instead of leading you to another dimension, led you to a space in between dimensions? Like, imagine like a hallway in a tavern kind of thing upstairs, and you got all the rooms. What if you went into a portal that could take you to a hallway that had portals that led to other dimensions, all kind of in a hallway of in rooms? Do you see what I mean?
Forgive me, Aegeus. My small research I did not long ago, is that not what the astral plane is? I could be wrong. Are you aware it is something different? I
think you provided something there. If you wanted to go between worlds and have a place to then go to any plane dimension you wanted to go to, the astral plane would be where you would do that, right? Like you said, a hallway full of doors.
Whether it is the astral plane or it is somewhere extra that I am not aware of, then yes, absolutely. This is the place you would go. You would go to the analogy you just used, the place with all the doors, is absolutely what you would use. However,
the temple in Thalyssur, when we met the person with the hooked nose, had that creature in the cave, like Jane, had the fucking contraption, whatever it was called. The person, the item that we took, salvaged, rescued, was a necklace that gave you access to the astral plane. What if that was what they were trying to achieve? They were trying to create a door of the doors to then get them to enable better plane hopping. That's a good theory.
Yes, it is. Is that also what we... Did you know? Are you also talking about the temple where you tried to rescue me? Is that the necklace thing that was the portal?
Oh shit! Yes. Sorry, you weren't there. You were dead. Fuck. Yeah. Sorry, Jules. Yeah, you were dead at the time.
That was then. Whereas under the temple in Thalyssur.
Thanks, Dave. Correcting me there.
You're welcome. I was really trying there.
I was close enough.
You were. Two temples. It gets very confusing. The two, Lex, what were they called? The two contraptions. Artemisia had one, and there was the opposite to it, which was under the temple. Whatever they were they not trying to draw energy or trying to understand it?
Yeah, fine.
I'll let you both make me a history check.
Holy.
Just in case, if you can't remember the name.
Fucking hell.
13. I'm also going to have a quick look, and no, I don't have any record of it, and it's a history check of... it's a 7. It's great. It is.
So that was a 7 and a what, sorry, Lex?
13 for me.
13. With the 13, you would remember the word orrery.
Thank you.
Yes.
Really easy to say.
From
what I remember, the orrery is a contraption that lets you understand the workings and how all the multiverse fit together. So it makes sense.
Let me throw an idea out there. Say, you said that they didn't get this item. They did not leave with the item, right?
Yeah, I currently have it in my bag. Yeah.
Again, I'm sorry, I just want to double check.
It's just in your bag?
Forgive me, we did not take anything from that room, or did we? I'm.
Yeah, well, I've got the astral plane necklace in the box that only Card can open.
But again, that was from the completely different temple. That was to save me. That was not anything to do with.
We need to get Danny back on track here.
Okay, now.
Right, you got a contraption necklace, whatever it was, to save
Yeah,
Jules' soul.
Jewel.
Yeah.
Had
which has fuck all to
nothing.
do with the temple under Clyphus.
Yes,
Yeah.
Right,
So
scratch that. But I do have a
did-
necklace.
you do have that
Did
necklace.
they-
I just don't know.
We'll
I just
we'll
gotta
blame
find
this
it in a
on
different
Lex's
place.
piss poor meditation this
Yeah.
morning.
We don't know whether the other side want it. There's no connection there whatsoever.
Did when the guy was at the place with the hook nose, did he get whatever item he was coming for?
We have no idea.
Okay.
He had a contraption that was similar to Artemisia's contraption, which is a contraption used to understand the ways of the world, the multiverse,
Okay.
and all of that stuff.
Artenesius was being interrupted by interference. We found this dark aura, essentially an opposite of it, and that must have been the cause. What they were doing, we have no idea, and we were immediately. I was arrested. I ran, and we got out of Thalissa.
Classic. Love it. That's another time. I want to hear all about that. My thought is this. Let's say that from this device, they learn a way to, instead of using a portal that, typically is a one-way door that leads to the Feywild. Let's say they try and go to a portal, say one near Mort Stacy, and say they try and turn this portal into a door that lets them into the astral plane as opposed to a Feywild portal. Now,
Yes.
what if they were just trying to corrupt it, create this other type of portal, and using that device that you sold, this dark orrery kind of thing, possibly using that information to create this door to the hallway? Or maybe they tried and failed. At least the first attempt that we've seen failed.
I admit, Edgius, I was going to say, I assume it was an experiment that went wrong. They left it, and because otherwise they would guard it with their life if it was working. But all it did was still connect to the Feywild. The evidence we have of this is that two individuals from the Feywild did come forth and were corrupted. So we know it was still connected and did not work. Or any times they use it to connect to wherever they are trying to go, once it is done, it is corrupted afterwards. So it is either it works and this is the end result, or it didn't work and it was an experiment and they have tried again somewhere else.
Could I check?
Just while
my
we're
book
talking
of
about
port-
this Feywild portal, when are we planning on heading back to go and fix that situation? We have all three ingredients, right?
Yes, we do indeed. I am just conscious that we have quite a lot of work that still calls us to Dryad's Gate and nearby. So I was thinking we would spend possibly a few days, make sure that the office is protected and up and running. Whatever else we need to do, head towards my village, and then there is a very good trade route that passes via More Stacy. So I am saying, what, a week or a bit?
Come on, Callum. It's just another. You haven't tried all the beer in the city yet. Come on now. You haven't done
Well,
all
I'm
the
just
shots. There's
thinking,
more
like
to do
these
here.
druid folks. I once met a druid and knew a druid. They wandered the Feywild. They could sort of use trees to just sort of, just poof and peer elsewhere. Maybe that would be a faster route of travel. Just so I don't like to keep the Fey waiting.
Well, but my main concern is that the people who may have corrupted that portal might be here now, which I think we need to eliminate from suspicion as well.
Sorry.
And imagine if we then open up a door that jumps that can teleport. We ask a druid and they open up a door that can teleport them to other places. Come on now, Callum, you're being ridiculous.
I mean, it's only a momentary door in sort of space and time.
This was about to. I think this is answering my question, Callum. Is it it is quick? As they can they get us there and back in the day?
I don't prefer to be. I'll profess to be an expert, but I've seen. Well, those. So remember when I was a small? I was telling you I was a small child, and there were those heroes way east, and they were. Yes, they managed to get places very quickly. Maybe an insight check, please, all of you.
Callum, you fuck! You're staying with us.
17.
Oh shit!
I'm sorry, I'm smashing this one out the park. Hang on, where is it?
Me too, dude. I'm on I'm on
21.
Oh, holy shit! I'm on 24.
Oh, there we go. Nice.
Callum's very distracted. Seems to be on this thread of conversation a little bit too much. Whereas usually fairly aloof with things.
Okay. Well, look. We have what is his name? Brog, Bodin. I can't remember what his name was.
Brom.
That was it. Thank you. I thought I was quite close there. Perhaps we can find out with Brom as soon as we have had breakfast. We know he said he was going to be coming here. We can find out if anyone does have the capability of sending us. Find out more information, how long it is going to take. It may be something that we can tie off whilst they are protecting our new office's space. Yeah. So that is something to try. Callum, I am interested, apart from your Fae connection, what is your interest in this matter?
Where did you meet these guys, Callum?
I did not meet them. We fought them, and unfortunately, they were corrupted.
Sorry, where did I meet who?
These guys, and points to Lex
As
and
in,
Jewel.
Oh, these two. I met them in the Elder Council chamber in Morse Tacy.
Oh,
yeah. Our fates converged a little bit. We were on the same mission to find out what was going on in Morse Tacy.
At that moment, Edgius is going to think back to Cavan, his old friend who he hasn't seen for a while now, who actually in this moment he misses a little bit. And he's going to just be like, the Elders' Council. Were you just stopping by yourself, or are you part of an emissary, or
I was bouncing around for a little while. I did a previous job for them, and they asked me to help out with this one as well, and then here we are.
Wait a second, pause. Are you being paid?
Yes, the elders agreed to pay everyone, if you remember rightly. It was like 250 gold each.
No. I got our money. Now the question was, how much extra are they paying you to join us and be our babysitter then? If
no,
I'm understanding things correctly.
I was paid to be a part of the mission, given my connection to the Fae.
Then I presume that your desire to get this fixed is purely for looking after those in the Fae who may use the portal.
Well, yes, and we've already seen one Fae Lord die. I'd rather not see any more.
Well, absolutely. Yes. I tell you what, if we can fix this sooner rather than later, I'm sure we would all be happy to do this.
While we're having our breakfast, can I read my portal book to try and figure out if Edgius's theory about using the astral plane as a door to every other plane, rather than going back to the plane you come from, is a possibility, please? And I'll also be casting aid on everybody for the day. I say everybody, us three, fuck Callum, for the day.
Callum doesn't need it. He's got all the fucking hit points he could possibly need.
Okay.
10 hit points for everybody.
Love it.
Thank
Out
you.
of context, not out of context, out of game. Did we actually, or did any of us hear that there is another thing between the planes that isn't just the astral plane? From Jules' point of view, the astral plane is the only thing between the planes, but I seem to think we've heard that there are multiple instances of all the planes, and there's
there's a multiverse. We know there's a multiverse.
Fine.
Yeah.
That is the thing I'm trying to come up with, that actually Edgius, what you have said actually is probably not the astral plane, but I'm saying that out of game because Jules has no understanding of that.
Okay.
I'll see if it's in the book.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Yes. Book that shit.
Make me an investigation check then, please, Lex.
I'll be rubbing Lex's
14.
shoulders as he's reading, and I'll give him bardic inspiration, saying, "You got this, buddy. What we need to know is in that book. You've got this."
Is that a D4 or a D6?
Not
It's a
distracting
D6.
I mean,
Ooh, that.
we'll
that
go by how
is-
many inches, I think.
at all.
Well, look, I rolled a 4, so 4 inches is about right.
Yeah.
So I got
There's an insight I didn't need.
fucking hell. I forgot what my roll was. Now you bellend. 19.
Investigation. 19.
With the
So you begin
bardic
sort
inspiration
of
on top.
flicking through your book, and you find sort of some of the bits where you've made notes or folded some corners down. And you actually sort of flick back near the beginning where it talks about the universe and everything. And it talks about what is at the centre. And this is almost like an editor's note in this, where it talks about what's at the centre of the universe. Nothing and everything. It's this infinite expanse.
Well, that's just
And-
maddeningly unhelpful.
Nothing can literally be at the centre of infinity or an infinite universe. Nevertheless, from my research, there are countless worlds, faiths. Narcissists consider themselves at the centre of everything, and they're correct in a sense. Wherever you stand is the most important place in existence, at least for you. That being said, there are 3 truths of the universe and theoretically the multiverse.
A cat will always land on its feet.
You can't kill a
Jam side
skeleton.
down.
Jam lands. I'm on toast lands. Sorry.
The first of these rules is simply, as I've just said, that the most important place in existence is exactly where you are, at least for you. The second of these theoretical rules, there are these infinite rings. Whether they are physical or metaphysical or philosophical even, there is no beginning or end to a multiverse or a universe. If you follow any ring for long enough, you will end up back where you've started. And from my research, when things happen, they always happen in 3s. You might not be able to perceive or understand how events are related, but somewhere, sometime, somehow, every action has 2 partners. It's often not worth worrying about. Other times, I suppose nothing matters more. In terms of the places, or the place between universes, well, the place between worlds is that endless, dark, starry soup that we call the astral plane. But it doesn't mean there aren't worlds there. There aren't cities and places that exist at the centre, if you can call it the centre, exist between all things. Does this present options for a convergence of doors or gates or portals? Well, absolutely. In a world where everything is infinite, surely the possibilities are endless.
Oh no, I've gone cross-eyed.
Question. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Where is the most advanced scientific place in Aeoneth?
Wakanda.
We in the Drymerian forest. That fucking incredible. Incredible. Incredible.
Fucking brilliant. Edius, make me a history check, actually, please. As we all try and come down from that fucking nugget.
Incredible.
I was going to say, I mean, is scientific and arcane one and the same or different? Because I would have said it was the Crystalline Isles.
No, Dave. Are they the same?
That is a 16 for history.
Everything's magic until science explains it.
So, you begin to think on your own question and realise you need to be more specific as well. Because there are places that are more mechanically advanced. There are places that are more arcanically advanced or arcanely advanced. There are places that are more advanced in terms of their understanding of the natural world and sort of the nature of things.
So I would say what Edgius is looking for in his mind, or just history generally, if he's recounting stuff from his travels or things like that, is more a case of if for example, we wanted to, or Edgius wanted to, reverse engineer something so we could get a ping somewhere in the universe, like a kind of thing of like a destination where, for example, maybe, I don't know, this cave was that I saw in the scrying. So where would be a place that essentially, whether, and it doesn't matter to me whether it's mechanical means of getting us there, someone's built a portal that they can type in a fucking code and take me there, or whether it's some old-ass wizards with, beards down to their toes that hum next to a fucking circle of stone and make it turn into a portal. I don't care. It's more a case of the objective of where I could speak to someone to possibly reverse engineer a ping for us. So, say, for example, we did want to go out into the astral plane and go searching for where that ping might be, in time when we're more prepared. It would be good to know where we might need to go to do that.
I think you're talking about what the Doctor created to find people who have been temporarily displaced, but unfortunately it also cooks chickens at 50 yards away, so you've got to be careful when you go to a farm.
Wibbly wobbly timey wimey. So, with your previous check, having now thought on that, you've heard the party mention the crystalline circle, and this group of wizards, the largest and probably most, not necessarily powerful, the most well known college of wizards. They sound like somebody who could probably help you.
Okay.
And Jewel and Lex will have at some point, I'm sure, also have let you know that they are also tasked by, and I believe we covered this a few episodes a few episodes ago. They were tasked by the Grand Magister, if you like, or the senior arcanist for the Crystalline Isle to go and solve Artemisia's murder.
Yeah. Okay. Edgius is going to keep that to himself because I feel like on the list of priorities, it's lower in terms of dealing with shit in Dryad's Gate, getting to this Morse Stacy portal, but, and getting to Jewel's village, I think currently hold priority for Edgius. So he's going to just keep that to himself, but it is in the back of his mind of maybe we should make a move there at some point. Maybe when we've got some answers.
Well, look, it would certainly help us financially. We only paid a small amount for initially setting out, so we can complete this with more Stacy and make our way back here. If we can, as much as it may cost, if we can temporarily employ an individual for the day to be able to transfer us there and back. Or maybe also we confirm with the Dryads here if it is something that we can make our way. They send us there, and someone from More Stacy can send us back.
Let me ask you a thought now. I used to read this old novel. It was about a mutt and his gang. It was called like Scrubus and the Gang or something. And they always, a great group, very smart detectives. It's a children's book. In the book, they often would split up, much to their detriment. But I do wonder if, as there is 4 of us, we could possibly tackle some of these tasks a little bit faster as a group if we did break off into groups. We have stuff to do here in Dryad's Gate today after we've spoken to Brom, things about M, things about the Conclave now. We have more Stacy to deal with, and Jewel would not at all deprive you from visiting home while we're so close. So I wonder, is it worth maybe 2 of us heading to More Stacy for an afternoon to go repair the portal, or give the shit to the elders to go repair the portal for us, and the other 2 maybe go to Stonebark Village?
I personally think that, forgives a rather morbid thought, but I sincerely hope that my village is going to be there tomorrow. So, as eager as I am, I would say let us all stick together. After all, the last time we went to the portals, there was a corrupted being who, unfortunately, we had to fight. That is quite possible again, and which means that I think we should try and get transported very close to that portal, if not directly into More Stacy if they can't do anything else. Make our way there and fix it, because we want to know, Lex, I'm sure you want to make sure it is fixed. Get our payment and leave those stuck-up little assholes for themselves. We then come home.
Can I look at Callum, see what his reaction is, as Jules says, stuck-up little arseholes?
Callum appears very distracted, more than anything, almost like he's not even paying attention to the conversation.
Cool.
And then we make our way back here, gather more information in the following days. Personally, that is my thought. I do not think that, again, if we can parlay favor with the druids to make our travel easier, then it will make it a lot simpler for us to reach Stonebark, More Stacy, and, well, I mean, as a base of operations, hopefully it'll help us get here and back. That is my thought. I do not think that splitting the party at this point is going to be overly helpful unless one of us does want to stay and gather more information. We do need to find more stuff on M, but we could strike out and not be of any use.
It's a good point. Okay, let's meet that. What was his name? Bob?
Brom.
Brom, that's it.
Broom.
Yeah.
Broom.
Broom. It was Broom. You're right. It was Broom.
Brom. We're off to see Brom. Yes, very good.
I think your line of inquiry around using the druids to traverse through the trees is a good line of inquiry.
It certainly will speed up.
Well, there's lots of big
abilities.
ones around here. We can all fit through.
Did you just point to the building we're in, Callum?
Well, it is a tree, isn't it not?
I mean, well...
I never thought about that, actually. I guess when I'm inside it, that's a good point.
Is that what she said?
What? What was that, Jewel?
Nothing.
Cool. No doubt. Let's... is everyone full? I know my stomach is missing, but I'm ready whenever you are to make a move.
I am quite ready to attack the day, and let us hope that we can either find Brom or that he will be on his way very shortly. Did he not say he was coming here, or shall we go and find him anyway?
He said he would be showing up. Did anyone put? Now that I think about it, did anyone lock the loft door and put a blanket over our board? We don't want anyone, shadow people phasing into our walls again and reading our shit.
Joel will immediately find a like a blanket, cover up the the information that we've got, and be like, absolutely, that is a very good point. I mean, I'm sure the door has been locked, and Lex, I assume your alarm spell is still going.
Well, it lasts hours off the top of my head. I'll double check, but it would have gone off in the morning, I think. I'll double check. Yeah, 8 hours. So it would have gone off at breakfast time, but it didn't go off, which is the main thing.
Good. Then no one has been and gone, which is good.
Can you guys remind me, just as we go, just like for general practice, we should try and find some sort of invisible ink or something that we can do most of our admin work on, so that, if we need to check it, we know how to see it. But for other people, it means that they have no access to our files and documents if, we do get broken into in the future.
With jewels, thieves' tools, and forgery kit, and possibly not the disguise kit.
I got a disguise kit as well.
Will she have knowledge of whether it is a specific or magical, like, ink you can buy, or whether it's literally just lemon juice?
Oh, the classic, yes.
Make me an intelligence check with advantage, please.
Dirty 20.
Nice.
Now, Jewel, being Jewel, has always gone down the more natural route of lemon juice and stuff like that.
But
however, there is a lot of talk of other things that could be used.
And also there was one that we saw which was invisible ink unless you drop blood on it, which is what we had to do recently.
Mm-hmm.
So,
okay.
Yes, there are a variety of magical options depending on which one you want to disguise. I suppose, yes, the lemon juice certainly in a pinch is something you can do, but why not? Why not just try and find something that meets our needs, perhaps?
Well, I would speculate this: we are currently in what type of forest is this, Matt?
It's mainly a yew tree type forest, but they are fucking huge. The exception to that rule being the giant oak at the centre of the city, which is Sil Arael, is the green heart of Giant's Gate.
I would say this: if we can somehow, and I'm gonna bet it's gonna be hard anyway, get our hands on a fucking lemon from this place. I don't reckon many people in their backpacks as they're burgling places are carrying much lemon on them, especially not out in Treeville that we're currently in. So, I don't see any lemon trees around. Have you seen any lemon trees around?
Well, no, but it is fairly transportable, so, it is still a fruit they would be able to
I believe there's a few market stalls downstairs that sell
So, I mean,
fresh
we can
fruit.
literally start there
Callum.
and go from there.
What?
I'm an ideas man. I thrive off enthusiasm.
I tell you what, perhaps...
Was that not enthusiastic? There's some big stalls downstairs that sell massive lemons. Is that enthusiastic? Nice. Is that the sort of thing you were looking at?
You just seem a bit distracted today, my friend. Is something bothering you? Or we have no secrets here. You have seen me for who I am. Lex has told us about his, strange backstory.
And
trauma.
Callum, we have seen you in your birthday suit, so really there are no secrets.
Exactly.
It's just a penis. Make me a persuasion check, however. And I will say with advantage. Penis Jewel technically helped you out there.
Oh, thank God for advantage. That is going to be a 23.
Callum's going to be like, it's just a penis and... I was hoping we were going to go and get a beer or something, or I don't know, maybe some shots later on, but
That is not out of the question.
I really need to get this
question.
portal closed.
You need to get this... I
need to get this portal closed.
Why? What's going on?
Well, so it's a top priority for me too. But I can understand why it can wait a day Why can't you?
I mean, it can wait. I'm just rather anxious to get it done. There are things hanging on the success of this this mission.
Well, do
Like-
tell, Callum. Well, this is news to all of us.
I may have told a small lie when we were after the Moon Lady, when we dealt with the Fey individual.
Yes.
Edges
Who I
is going to
gave my
grip
name to.
his Wasashi.
That's not my patron. Or it is, but not in that form.
I am confused, Callum. What are you trying to say?
So the lady who
I
has my
wanted
name
to-
is not on your side. She.
It's
what?
not a lady. It's the Lord of Winter.
That sounds. I mean,
Cool.
I'm sorry,
Cold.
Callum. I don't know the Fae.
Snow?
What does that mean?
This big reveal, and we're all just like, what the fuck? Oh, it's so funny. Oh my god.
Right. Back to the beginning, Callum. Back to the beginning. Oh, 30 years ago. Lots of stuff happening in the Kingdom of Nylin. I
To all of us,
chose
it would
to
seem.
go to the Fae. Yes, to all of us, indeed. I
Apart from
chose
Jewel, who wasn't
to go
born.
to the Fae,
That is correct.
and
Damn, you're young.
I stumbled into the... do you know the difference between the Seelie and the Unseelie?
No.
One you
A little
see and
bit.
one you
Great.
don't.
No, not quite. You've got sort of
I get
like courts within the Fae. So you have the Summer Court and the sometimes called the Winter Court or the Dark Fae Court. Now I was young, I was impressionable, I was angry.
Oh, did you get molested?
No. I wandered away from Grelin, my father of sorts, and I made a deal.
Okay.
With the Lord of Winter?
With the Lord of Winter.
From the brief information you gave us before, this does not sound like it is a wonderful thing.
Nah.
Well, it gives me the abilities that you have experienced. My singular ability to disappear in an icy mist and appear elsewhere is thanks to him.
Okay.
Now, part
Why
of
is this
that
a problem?
deal... I said I was searching for someone, yes?
Correct.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
I did. I am the one responsible for Grelin disappearing and Grelin being trapped. The Lord of Winter visited me 3 weeks ago, before we all met. 3 or 4, I forget how much time has passed, but... And he promised me that Grelin would go free if I fixed this problem.
These
I owe everything to that man, that orc. I must fix this portal.
Okay.
Well, why didn't you just tell us that? And then we could have incorporated it into our plans. We could have just helped.
Shame, I guess.
At that
I'm not
moment,
proud of
Edges
mine.
is gonna stand up and look at the rest of the group and then gesture to Callum and go, Callum, shame. What shame have we here in this group of, I mean, to say it lightly, guys, circus freaks that we are that are trying to come together and do something crazy. You know, there's no shame. I don't even have a Johnson to be ashamed about. Callum. There is no shame here. There is no hiding things here. We are your brothers and your family. We are your colleagues. We are your friends. And I hope you know that we will 100% prioritize this. Now, the person you said, is that your father? That's this person who raised you? He's being kept. Do you know where he's being kept?
Not my, not my true father, but the one who took me in after, Greenflower fell.
I'm sorry. Have you been? I don't know what's the word. You haven't been working for this Dark Lord Fey Winter man. Have you been for a long time, or is it since the last couple of weeks? As in, have you suddenly gained these powers in order to find Grelin, or is it the other way around?
30 years, darling.
30 years, and you have suddenly decided to kidnap your father? Is this correct?
No. Grelin has been gone for a very long time. I didn't realize back then that making the pact would involve Grelin being... From what I understand, the Dark Fae wanted to study him. He has the unique ability to find rifts and traverse them.
So the Winter Lord, is that what you called him, or...?
The Lord of Winter.
There's the Lord of Winter.
He is sometimes referred to as Jack Frost or Frost. Best to call him the Lord of Winter.
Very good. He let this slip? That they had him?
No, he told me. And
Why? Why did he tell you?
I can only imagine that the portal rift, the murder of a Fey Lord, is important to them as well. And
More important than them keeping hold and researching your friend. So they needed to give you a bargaining chip.
I've told you a little of the Fae, but look, no one is... It would be foolish to try and understand their full motives and motivations, but I would hazard a guess that they are scared by a rift to their world being manipulated.
I mean, this... well, yes, but the way in which they have responded to this and giving away one of their most treasured research items, per se. Forgive me, I know I am talking of a person, but that does speak volumes. And it is important information.
The Queen of Air and Darkness, who leads the Unseelie Court, she has many trophies, many trinkets. Clearly this one is not as important. If I can get him back, I will.
Well,
to get them on side, it makes sense to heed their request, I suppose, as quickly as possible for all of our sakes.
Well, absolutely. I was just going to say that can it not earn us all a favour with the Unseelie?
Can I ask a question? Yes. Callum, two things. One, it sounds like he was a true enough father, so that's what's important. As well as that, I am simply concerned now, just voicing things, everyone. You can shoot me down, but simply concerned if you've been on the, let's call it a proverbial hook, this whole time while, you've been for 30 years, it fueled with the abilities of Winter Lord, and you have, been doing biddings, I assume, because it's been longer than 30 years that you made this deal. So is there any chance, and I'm just saying because, I've walked into a couple of blunders, a couple of those times where, you think everything's going to be fine and then 5 people have hand crossbows pointed at you as you sip a drink. You know, it's a. I just wonder. Do you really think they're going to give us your father? Do you feel like the portal is enough, or do you think that's just one of the many breadcrumbs that they will leave for you to keep you on the hook?
That's a good point.
I know the Fae work
I don't
differently.
know.
They were a name gives them power, so maybe it is something that we do not necessarily understand. It is more, like you say, that maybe their word is law. If a name has such power, maybe words are also quite powerful with the Fae.
You know,
Is this true, Callum? Sorry, I am interrupting.
There are laws within the courts of fairy, but if they say they are going to give something, it's a contract that is bound usually.
And if they want a little extra sprinkling on top, we could also always give them Klein's name and let them go to war with him in the background while we do our own thing.
This is a great
That's
idea.
it's not a bad one.
Sorry. So Callum, up until this point, up until the information that you have been gleaned, you have otherwise had a good relationship with the Lord of Winter.
Snowman.
It has been okay.
Please don't ever call him that.
I'll write that down in my
They
notes.
fucking poke Danny, and here
Oh,
he
take
goes.
note of that.
Given me power. And it was power I wanted. You have to remember, I watched my whole family brutally murdered before my very eyes. And 4 so-called heroes wander out of the village.
Aye,
and then
they were valiant
supposedly save
heroes,
the
but
kingdom.
I'll not have a bad word said about them, Matthew. They were campaign 1 characters.
Fucking
Bodhi,
big,
just as a bit of
yeah,
context.
fucking big-headed little bastards they were. Seriously, I mean, just just
Absolute champions of the
Now,
world.
from my point of view, these champions, they had gods on their side and everything, and they managed to save a whole kingdom, but they couldn't save my family. They never went back. They never went to go and right that wrong. So I sought power. And power was granted to me,
At what cost?
and I will do what I can to keep that power.
Now, Callum, I know you speak as a man who looks to right wrongs, and sounds like, these heroes, though they are heroes, that they did you a deed of wrong. I simply want to ask you this. You're 30 years on your journey of power. You're 30 years down the line. Have you gotten what you wanted? Have you helped people? Are you using what you have to help? Now, my further point alongside this, that's more of a thinking one, is 30 years on, do you still want to be dancing to the beat of someone else's drum so that you can have the ability to do what you are already very good at, as we have all seen, which is bringing heart, bringing, compassion, bringing intelligence, bringing, an able to sometimes swing a sword if need be. But, Callum, I just wonder if 30 years is, enough. But hey, it's your life, and I want to just support you. And Edgius is actually going to walk over and just put an arm around Callum and be like,
Perhaps
we support you.
Perhaps Callum and Aegeus, yes. Perhaps that is indeed, if it does not resolve itself once we help you, Callum, that is a given. Perhaps that is something we do discuss over beers.
I mean,
for now,
clearly
it is important. Let us resolve this portal. There are many things riding upon it. and I am ready. Let us.
It just reaffirms that our fates are intertwined because your father is able to identify rifts between worlds.
Oh, you're so right.
We need to protect him because the enemy
didn't even
may
think
be
about
looking
that.
for him. The enemy may be wanting him more than we need him. So we need him
Then we need
to
him
identify
all the more.
rifts. He could be
What
a
if-
great ally in our quest. I don't want him to fall into the wrong hands.
What if they weren't trying to open the portal to the astral plane, but what if they were trying to use the portal to get within to the Lord of Winter's ship?
To get
And
Grella.
Move the exit point of the portal from where it usually is to somewhere else in the Feywild.
And imagine what you could do with someone who could open rifts across multiple dimensions when you are actually in the astral state.
Well,
Yeah.
no, I mean
Exactly.
that as well, but also I am going to totally assume here that these portals have predetermined places they come out of. If what you're saying is that they can be moved, that is horrifying.
Yeah.
Regardless,
Can we also take this opportunity?
This is
Sorry.
this is truly conjecture. I am sorry, Lex. Clearly, we need to go and fix this, and hopefully, Brom will return to here very soon. So yes, I hope we can get this resolved quickly. Lex, please, what were you going to say?
Before we set off to fix this portal, which is now jumped up the priority list, does anybody else have any dark secrets, hidden paths, or untold stories that we need to get off our chest right now before we leave the premises?
I am sorry to say, but I detest the taste of guacamole. Let's move on.
I once was tied
Someone's
up
got a
by a
tattoo on my
barmaid
side.
who slapped me. Oh, nice. That's cool. What does it say? You hid the font. What's the font say?
It's silver. And it says frost.
Live, laugh, love. That's so.
No, it
you bastard.
literally says frost.
Just a picture of a snowman. And a word for us. Yeah, so no more dark secrets, no hidden backstories that we need to be aware of.
I mean,
Talking to you too, Cog. You would all understand that was what are you accusing me of, even though he's not speaking your language. You got the gist. What, me? No.
yeah, you. He asked you a question. What you got to say about it, little clock guy?
Shining a light in his eyes.
Yeah, grab the lantern from the roof and tow it towards it.
Cog is going to flutter over to Lex's head, and the leg is just going to come and gently just dunk right on your forehead.
And you suddenly see time and space.
You will flutter away.
Then I'm electrocuted, I'm dead.
Quickly before we leave, I just wanted to throw this out there again, just in the hopes of honesty. You know, Callum, when the day does come where you do want to be free, something that Lex and Jewel said kind of gave me an idea. And though Edgius doesn't have lips to create a smile, you can almost all feel an evil, like, smirk kind of just, like, grow across the teeth and jawline as he goes, "The Fae care about names. And everyone has a name. What if, I don't know, one day, if you wanted, Callum, you know, we're detectives. We took out our magnifying glasses and found the Lord of Winter's name. Then, do you think we would
that
be
would
able
be a
to
find.
free you?"
My money's on Kevin.
Do you know what? I've heard that about a lot of Fae people. They typically have very, very blue collar.
I literally just had a home alone of the woman screaming, "Kevin!"
Well, those that know most Fey lore, it's very Irish and Gaelic in nature, so asking for somebody to be called Kevin is definitely not fucking happening.
All right, Patrick.
Back in Callum's shoes. That would be a fine, Edgius. But
Hey,
on the other side of the coin, without these powers, what am I?
Callum, your
Callum,
powers
what am I?
do not define you. However, as far as I can tell, as much as the way you've described him, he is not the nicest individual. He's not someone we.
It's a little bit frosty.
Well,
Oh, shit.
Nah,
yes.
I get it.
cold shoulder.
I.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps that is not something we need to. Rock the boat on. Let us get your friend back, and if you wish to break ties, we will all be there with you to help.
Yeah.
You will never get your friend back, or your father back, if you break ties now.
Agreed. And Callum, as Lex said, you will continue to be Callum. And to us, a best friend. We do not disvalue you, whether you can do your cheap parlor tricks or not. Whether, I am a skeleton or not, whether Lex has cog or not, whether Jules ever takes down that hood or not. We are not the things that make us, but we are the thing that is within that is the thing that we are. I think that's what a philosopher said at some point. I read a scroll once. But I want you to know that from at least my perspective, I won't speak for the other two, or Gibbon downstairs, but to me, I value you with or without your magic. You are a delectable person with quite a hog that I am, as I said, jealous of thanks to my lack of hog.
I thought it was a moose.
Yep.
He's on about your. I think he's on about your penis.
What? Sorry. What is the fascination with the penis?
It is
I've
always
seen
out,
it more than
Callum.
I've seen my own.
Every morning.
Underwear it is.
And I've got
then.
two. Yeah.
No. We want you to be comfortable. But
Yeah.
look, you just got to accept that we're going to bring it up, man. Just like, you guys bring up that I'm a skeleton every now and then. We just have to
Fine.
bring it up.
Fine.
It's an elephant in the room.
I will.
Just the elephant.
I will
cock in the
speak to
room.
Gibbon.
Yeah.
I will speak to Gibbon and have underwear made.
And look, it is not like we
Is
all
it-
love to play with yarn on occasion, okay? It is downtime.
Yeah. What?
Yeah, what?
You don't touch
Edges
it. What
is
are you
going to
talking
look at Jewel, and though there is no eyelash to wink, he's going to give a head tilt that suggests a wink to Jewel.
You get a smirky little side eye as well, like a...
Where the fuck is this Brahm guy? Did he say he'd be here 30 minutes ago? I thought druids were meant to be on time. Can't they, do the sun
It is
thing?
after the festival. I am sure that he's just been held up. But let me go down and ask the guards. I'm sure they will know better.
Very good, Jewel. You descend through the trapdoor and down to sort of Gibbon's main office, where you see Gibbon sat with Brom, enjoying a cup of tea, and Brom is just going to be sitting there and take a sip. Good morning.
Ah,
I
bro.
was wondering when you'd all be downstairs. I didn't want to disturb. Yeah, it sounds like you were deep in conversation.
We were indeed. Thank you so much. That was quite the back and forth. I do again appreciate your ability to be able to help us. So perhaps you can come upstairs and tell us exactly how you are going to be able to protect this establishment.
Yeah, sure. I was just discussing with Gibbon here that the plan is to actually protect the whole building, not just the attic.
That is great news to
yeah.
hear. Really is. I am glad that you are
Well,
able
it makes
to.
it easier rather than focusing on one
No,
area. We protect the whole tree, and then it's
Absolutely.
fine.
Can we also talk to you about tree taxes afterwards as well, please?
I think he means Callum was talking about
taxes. There's no taxes for using the trees. Don't worry.
No, transport via
a mode of transportation
via.
to get from one place to another. Callum said you can use trees.
Oh, yes, of course.
Is this something you can do, or someone that you know can do?
I mean, most druids around here can probably take you through one tree to another, providing we know where the destination is.
So, it would be easier for you to send us to somewhere like Malt Stacy rather than somewhere.
Oh, yes, simple. I've been there enough times. I can, by all means, I can take you.
I take it the middle of the forest is less likely to be something you can do, so it is more likely for us to hit Malt Stacy.
Well, I know a fair few trees in Dryad's Gate, so if you're looking to get to a certain area, then we can have discussions and I can help you get there. There's not going to be an unlimited amount of free services, mind you. We do have to
I understand it.
some trade.
The last thing we were getting was this crystal from under your tree. It is so that we can fix a corrupted portal to the Feywild. This has caused quite the calamity near Malt Stacy. We are looking to get right next to that portal or as close as we can. So it was northwest of Malt Stacy. If however the best place you can send us is going to be Malt Stacy, then that is understandable.
Well, one of the best trees is actually on the northeastern side. So if it's the north side of the city, I can certainly get you there.
Well, that would be a great benefit. We can then make our way on foot. That would very much improve our travels. Thank you.
Shall I head up? And Gibbon, this tea was fantastic, my friend. Thank you very much.
Yes, please. Yes, thank you.
Very good. And so Brom follows you up the ladder and through the trapdoor, where Callum and Aegeus are sat just staring at each other with this intensity of, I know your secrets, you know mine, we'll sort the penis. And we will, at this point, take a short break in our 38th episode of Campaign 2.
Well done, lads. We made it to after breakfast.
Yes, that was one hell of an intense... That's good. It's good. It's all good.
No, we progressed the plot. That's the main thing.
Oh, 100%.
And the main plot point that
Now-
we're progressing is Callum's trousers.
Well, I liked the comment that came up in chat, which was, in today's episode, we had an intervention to make Callum wear actual underwear, which is fantastic.
That's going to be the description.
Very good.
Yep. Thanks for the YouTube.
So,
subscribe.
before we take our short break then, there is the matter of the giveaway. So I don't know how many folks are hanging around, but we will ask the question anyway. Once again, those 3 PDFs from the Eldritch Press are up for grabs. So there's the Shimmering Fen, Captain Shineheart's Gold, and I forget the third one just because I've not got the image in front of me. So Fletch, I apologise for getting your 3 very amazing PDFs. But they are up for grabs from the Eldritch Press. The question you need to answer is, what is the name of Callum's father figure that is currently trapped and held by the Lord of Winter? So what is the name of Callum's father figure? Fastest finger first in the chats. And whoever gets the answer will win those PDFs. And if we don't, we'll roll it over to next week. The answer is clearly not Kevin. But yes, I hope you've enjoyed the first half of episode 38 and enjoyed Callum's turmoil. We'll be back in a few minutes for part 2. Stick around, folks, and we'll see you then.
Are you, like me, a fan of piracy or privateering out in your D&D campaign? Well, check this out. We have been working on a brand new airship combat system that means you and your privateer crew can now take to the skies and pillage at new heights. Within this system, you will get three-dimensional dynamic movement and combat rules. You'll get a brand new updated aircrew system, as well as brand new spells, items, creatures, and example airships for you to use in your campaign, as well as crews to put on them. But I think the coolest part about all of this is we have a custom shipbuilder application that will allow you to customize and build your very own airship. It means you and your team can have exactly what you want as you take on the skies. Check out our Sky Zephyrs Kickstarter here at Hermie and the Dude.
Hey
Hello.
yo!
Yo.
We are back. So yes, I did slightly suspect that we would be rolling this one over to next week, because Data, as you rightly called out, you did win the PDFs last week. And I can't send you them twice, because there's no point. So yes, I will be in touch as well, because I am very aware that we need to get your double batch of PDFs sorted, so we will get that sorted within the week. Cool. So we will roll that over to next week. Anybody that's watching YouTube, Twitch, if you're listening or watching after the fact, then please join us on a Monday night, and make sure you get within a chance to win those particular PDFs. Do not miss out. They are awesome giveaways. Probably something we need to put in the title, to be honest. In the actual Twitch description, YouTube description is giveaway. But
I was going to say, anyone who wants
yeah,
to join us on a Monday night, they can now do on YouTube and Twitch. Yes.
It's awesome. It's awesome. We are in two places at once, which I never thought I'd be able to say. Very good. So, having had a morning therapy session, you are all now long rested. You are all well rested. You are fed. You are watered, ready to go and attack the day and the next period of time, whatever that may be. As Brom sort of ascends the ladder back up into your small office space, where Aegeus and Callum has just finished sort of pulling his trousers on and making himself look presentable as he realised there's an elder druid coming up the stairs, and just sort of then sits down and makes his bed and just like, yes, good morning, Brom. Pleasure to see you again, darling. As Jewel and Lex come up, Brom's just going to look around. Aye, well, it's quaint.
It is a work
Thank
in
you for being
progress.
so polite. Yeah.
Fixer-upper is what we like to call it.
We can probably. Do you need all this cloth?
No, I don't think we need it. Obviously, we do not want to get rid of anything that is valuable. But yes, we were hoping.
I mean, this all looks like scraps, so that's got more layers of dust than I have. So perhaps Gibbon's just forgotten about all this.
Well, if it is not valuable to Gibbons, then yes, I'm sure we can get rid of it. Leave the yarn.
I'm only saying because if you want this to be an office, you probably need to leave the yarn.
We were hoping to be able to, yes, indeed, tidy the place after we knew that it was going to be protected. Otherwise, we were going to have to leave it for dead anyway. So, order of proceedings, I think.
Do you need us to like clear out so you can do your like?
Well, I wouldn't. We needed a little conversation before we went about this, because there's different types of protection I can put on the place. I could look at maybe getting a full field of magical negation placed. I think that might displease given his line of work.
And
Or
yes,
we
I
could go a
believe
little
we
bit
rely
more
on
targeted.
Yes. We rely too much on magic as
And
well.
Could you
maybe,
do
hallow the
anti-magic
ground.
for like inside, like outside? So like ring of anti-magic, around the house, and then like inside you do like retinal scanning or something.
Rectal scanning. I'm not aware of this.
Rectal.
You know what? It was just better locks or like better
does,
identification, magical identification.
Like locks and stuff you can buy, and there's things you could probably cast amongst yourselves. What I was more thinking is there's a particular magical spell known as Hallow. Now, it's mainly a clerical type thing. Occasionally you'll get the odd warlock that can cast this sort of spell. I reckon we can have a word with the local clerics, and if it comes from us, we've got a little bit of sway to hallow this particular ground. Now, it'll take a day. Not a truly high-level spell, but it will prevent the usual nasties from getting in. So
It sounds like a tremendous place to start. Yes.
Aye, well, you won't get elementals able to cross, fae, fiends, undead. Celestials are
does
also
that mean,
excluded, which I find...
Was that
Just
cause a problem?
If Fae and Undead can't come in, does that mean Edgius and Callum wouldn't be able to enter the building?
Yeah, great question, dude. What's that about? You trying to?
You're a working skeleton, and I've just totally glossed over this fact.
Oh shit! Yeah, you're not in disguise.
Edgius is gonna go. He's gonna look to Jules as if to say, like, bop him, like fucking hit him, like knock him the fuck out.
I think the cat is out of the bag there, Edius.
Nice to meet you. I'm Edgius Bones, official detective, officially instated by the official elders of More Stacy. I'm official and in no way a monster. Here just to serve the public.
So last night you were in that skin. Is that like a suit, or can you just do this?
I'm just gonna click as like shadow like comes as like little pieces have begin to like form this this Mr. T looking giant dark skinned fellow. It is
I don't see that as undead. I think it'll be fine.
Cool. That's very kind of you. And what about
our Fate Touch friend
Callum
over here?
Yeah. He's got to be able to enter.
Fey touched or full Fey?
I don't know the
Callum,
extent of his sexual abuse, but
he
was touched enough.
I knew it was coming. Oh my god. Oh.
That's what Callum said.
Would you like to show me on this doll?
I am not a full-blooded Fey. I am merely gifted power by said Fey. At which point Brom's just going to look Sounds like a grey area to me. I think we'll be fine.
I would say if we ever get a client who is one of the mentioned, well, we shall simply meet them in the pub down the road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Neutral ground is always a good shout.
We are, however, protected here, and this sounds very favourable.
Now,
So,
given... And I can be select. I can ask the cleric to be very selective with that, so we can exclude all, or we can pick a subset of those types. And there's also extra effects we can bind to the area, so anyone that then enters, you could say anybody except yourselves and Gibbon, for example. Anybody that enters the area could have boosts to their courage, or it could appear darker than usual, or you could make it so that anybody that is not yourselves is ultimately frightened and shit scared of the area. You could make it so that no sound emanates out.
next one.
Silence. It can't get out.
I mean, I don't know.
I
mean, that one sounds quite good.
Oh, my
So you
friend
You can make it
has
so that a bright light fills the area.
My friend is able to cast Hallow, and he the one that he recommends, or the one that he actually put on our old office back in the day, because Hallow was one of many incantations we had on our office back in the day. A different office, different official detective agency as a part of Brom. Don't worry. And he had one that could work for extra-dimensional interference, essentially not allowing people to teleport or affected creatures can kind of move or travel using teleportation by or extra-dimensional interplanar means. Basically, it kind of makes this like a dead point in the universe.
Would that include Misty Step or any banishment spells? If somebody got in and we wanted to banish them out, could we not then do that?
Well, I think the point is if they... So, yeah. The way that bit works is if somebody tries to Misty Step in here, they're gonna hit like a metaphysical brick wall and bounce the fuck back. If they're already here, they've snuck in through physical means, and you tried to banish them, then no, that would not work either. But you can
we could banish them by shouting. Exactly. Yep. Yep. That's what I was thinking.
I think with the small detriment that gives, I think it is good. Does it also stop from any magical means of spying?
At least my friend never mentioned anything to me. What about you, Brom? Does your version of Hallow work in that way?
Not that I'm aware. If it...
Perhaps then
if you're on about sort of scrying...
there is protection against this, I hope. Maybe that is something else we look for. Perhaps something we can buy that can remain in the office and keep it from being viewed.
I know there's certain charms and things that can prevent one from being spied upon through scrying means or similar, so aye, perhaps that will suffice, and with your protection and this extra dimensional blocking stuff, yes.
I think this is going to be great to start with. If we think of anything else, we can certainly add it. Thank you so much. So, Bram, are you able to ask these clerics to do this?
By all means. It's a very close relationship between the druids and the clerics of Dryad's Gate. The clerics are few and far between, but look, we'll get them to do this as payment for your valiant efforts throughout the Greenheart Festival. The Dryad
Success,
is
not
quite
efforts.
Success. The Dryad is quite literally singing your praises as we speak to the tree. Which is in full bloom once again in the heart of
That's good.
right now. So, yeah, beautiful, beautiful.
Does singing our song to the tree bring any sort of, you know, I don't know. I've never heard of anyone singing a song to a tree before. Is that like a, you know, like socially good for us? Is that just like a cool claim to fame? Like
I
what?
certainly
You know, I'm
think
just
it do
working
not-
out on the
I
CV
mean,
where we
it would
put
not
it.
hurt.
You
Can we
know?
put it on our advert? Yeah.
Well,
Exactly.
the Planar Detective Agency as a name is now well known within the city as the saviors of the Greenheart Festival. So, yeah, if you want to use that as a tagline, then why not?
Okay.
That's got a nice ring to it. Planar Detective Agency, the saviors of the Greenheart Festival.
Joel is scribbling this on furiously on a piece of paper with like the logo on top and like, you know, our address, you know, and just trying to sketch the crap out of what this is going to be.
We need to. Did we get our badges? I don't think we got our badges. Did we in the end? The homie said it was going to take a couple days, didn't he?
You did.
We did.
We said
did.
you went and got them just as an offhand thing, but yeah, you went and got them.
Cool. Do you know
So
what?
I
Maybe,
will
I
carry
was
on,
just sorry.
my skeletal friend.
I was just going to say we should collect. What did you call me?
My skeletal friend, you are a skeleton by... Well, I suppose you're now in skin, but I saw you before, and...
Damn, dude, I have a name. I don't call you fucking my human friend. Or more my moss-covered homie. Like, damn, man. Why you gotta do me like that?
I did not mean to offend. It was merely a...
Classic government trying to put people into boxes, man. It's he's going to turn to the other guys. Man, the man is always just trying to bring you down. You see
I am sorry,
guys?
Brom.
This is what I was
He has a problem
darling,
with
darling,
power.
just... not now, darling. Not now.
So, sorry. Yeah. So, we would happily, you know, do that. Or I was going to say, Jewel, let's start collecting these titles because, you know, when we rock up somewhere, Planar Detective Agency, Saviors of the blah, 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 being sung to the tree by dryads, you know, I'm sure in the future, saviors of princesses, rulers of kingdoms, and possibly, you know, gods. I don't know the extent. But, you know, it'd be nice to have the list at hand when needed.
It's
Some
certainly
lofty aspirations.
well, we might as well.
That was a joke. Sorry, I'm a bit dry.
Shoot for the stars, and we shall reach the moon.
Mr. Bones, I apologize.
Yes. Thank you. So you do the protection. We'll go. Who do we go talk to for the portal? Because we actually, our friend Callum over there, is very much. We need to go sort this portal through your portal. Actually, the portalception, as it so happens. So who do we talk to for that?
There's one of the other druids. You probably saw them previous night. Ginger, long flowing ginger hair. Name of
Yeah, the friendly one. I know who you mean.
goes by the name of Aramis or Amaris. Sorry, I always get that confused. He's got a brother called Aramis, who's funnily enough one of the clerics that I'm going to go speak to. But Amaris, yes, they will be able to sort you out. And if you have any issues, because they're a little bit prickly at times, just let me know and I'll soon sort them
They're a
out.
prick, did you say?
No, I said they're a little
Your
bit
words, not
prickly,
ours.
but I suppose you could occasionally call them a prick.
We heard. It's all good. No, yeah, you did a great job.
I read between the lines. I know what you meant.
Yeah. Yep, we got it. We're detectives. It's our job to know what you mean.
And fine ones at that.
So, to Asimus?
Asshat, yeah.
Even Brom, let's have a little smile at that. I'll go see the clerics. Have a good day, gents. And lady, I should say.
Well, let's go. Thank you ever so much, and we look forward to seeing you again on our return.
Indeed, and likewise, and you're most welcome. This is the last freebie, I should point out. Otherwise, I'll start getting all sorts of grief.
Not a problem.
No more freebies after tree transportation. Got it.
Classic government.
Very good. So you descend down the trapdoor and head back towards the central oak. Brom follows and then breaks off, and you see him disappear into what is now quite clearly, although you didn't realise it before with all of the chaos that was going on, there is a temple of sorts, which almost goes unnoticed by the fact that it is built into a number of trees, but very much a temple, and seems to be devoted to sort of deities of nature. So you see a symbol of a shepherd's crook with a wreath of flowers by it, which for anybody with any religious know-how would recognise as the symbol of Melora. And there's also another symbol to the Storm Lord as well, which is sort of a lightning bolt. Brom heads in there. You disappear off towards the central part and towards Sil Ariel the Greenheart again, and you do see a number of druids around. It doesn't take you long before you spot your good friend Amaris, the ginger-haired druid.
Aegis is going to turn. I think you guys should take the lead on this one. I'll just.
Oh, you don't
You
say.
think?
Lex, perhaps also you would take proper lead. This is, after all, some sort of portal adjacent transportation. You will understand possibly a little
So
bit.
I'm the one least likely to offend, is that what we're saying?
Well, no, I was more than happy to talk to them. I was thinking simply that you may have more knowledge of what is about to happen. I can talk to them if you like.
I can certainly pretend
How
to have
successful
more
was your
knowledge, yeah.
morning meditation, Lex?
What are you accusing me of?
I would give it a solid 65%.
Maybe not the least. But I think we're all going to offend this fucker, so let's just carry on, shall we?
Well, let us go. Can anyone remember his name? I cannot.
Yo,
S.
homie.
Oh dear, this is
Mr.
going
Druid,
to go so
sir.
well.
4 male druids turn around. Me?
No,
Joe will
in
walk
the
up
middle,
to
second
the-
from my right. No, your right.
The
Do
one with
the-
the lovely auburn hair.
Looks like it's me.
We are, Brom has spoken your praises that you might be able to get us to more Stacy in a
Yeah,
quicker
more
fashion
Stacy.
than us walking.
Faster.
Is this possible?
Yeah.
Is it?
Can you help us travel through the trees?
Brom has sung my praises. This is bullshit. But okay. You need to get somewhere fast.
We do indeed. Yes,
More Stacy, I can do.
Yep.
very good. This is wonderful.
Specifically the northeast of More Stacy, near the forest.
Well, now you're getting specific, and now which part of the northeast? Do you want to go into the forest? Do you want to go on the edge of the city? Do you want to go back to the fucking sea? Where are we going?
the forest, please.
Yeah.
Well,
Hence
okay,
the one,
now this
please.
is narrowed it down to a smaller area. So, More Stacy, there's a lot of forest around it. Which part of the forest are we? Do you have a
Perhaps
particular
there is
tree
a-
in mind, or
There is a portal to the north
I can show you on the
between
map.
More Stacy
Yeah,
and
portal. On a map.
yes. Here, the map.
You actually drew it
Map
on the
is
map,
good.
didn't you?
I did actually draw it on the map.
You drew
Yeah,
it on the map.
Yeah.
Yes!
Yeah.
did indeed?
Fuck you, ginger nuts. I didn't say that as
Yeah.
Lex, by the way. That's just
Ginger.
Lex is in a monologue. Came out there. Oh yes, it looks down at the map. More Stacy. I know 3 nearby. Should be good. How many people we sending through?
just us 4.
yeah.
4
And Cog.
And
and Cog.
Cog. Do Do you need transport back too, or?
Oh, yes, please. A return ticket.
Yeah, return ticket.
We do. However, we will need to wander back to More Stacy, so maybe they can return
open
us
return.
themselves.
Yeah.
I have some errands I need to run anyway. It's be fine. So you have the gold for
Right.
this, yes?
It is on.
It's on Bram. Bram said we could do it for free because we saved the town. You may have noticed.
Make me a persuasion check with advantage, please.
It just leads in and
I
is
do
going to
need to do
say.
some D&D this session.
I just is going to lean in and say,
I'm going to use.
"Save the town." Saved it.
I rolled an 11, and that was the best I could do, with a +6. Just to add.
I fucking hate freebies. Fine. This is the one and only time.
Absolutely.
You're lucky I have things to do in More Stacy.
I'll hold out
I
my
have the
hand to
elders
shake
to
on the
speak
deal.
to. Okay.
That's how you seal a deal, right? It's now a binding contract between us.
Contract official.
You have to
Are they
excuse
okay?
him. He had
They
a
seem a
stroke
little
this
bit-
morning. Yeah.
It has been a
Well,
morning.
I go out and do a stroke in the morning myself.
Callum. God damn it, Callum.
That done me that one.
I was laughing at Danny
business,
laughing.
Callum.
Sorry, I fucking throw my own
End the
chaos
stream
there.
End the stream there with peaked. That's it.
Oh dear.
Okay, you are all very, very strange. Listen, if you meet me by, well, in fact, let's use Ariel herself. I will speak to Dryad. Perhaps she can aid a little bit of power. Save me some energy for the day. Are you ready to go now, or do
Oh
you
yes.
need to collect
What
things?
do we do? This is the first time I
Right
have
now.
tried this. What
Official
on earth?
business. Yeah. Hurry up.
Okay.
Official.
Do you have everything you need to take with you to go there and then come back?
One moment.
With that being said,
Yeah.
I will check that we have all three of the ingredients to actually do this.
yeah.
I've got the 2 ingredients. You've got the 1.
Yes.
I've got the book which tells me how to
Yeah.
heal it. That's how we
We've packed supplies. The
Before we
leftover
left as well.
rations.
I traded my dagger
Everybody
for
make-
my rapier flute before we left as well.
Nice.
And
Everybody
re-grab my
make me
fucking
perception checks, please.
I haven't rolled above a 10. A 9. Holy shit.
Get it. That's right. I'm here to pick up the pieces. That's a 23.
Dirty 20.
Jewel? Jewel and Edgius, then. You start to think on the ingredients and each other, and has everybody got everything? It's at this moment that you are keenly aware of everybody's presence and their base emotional state right now. So, for example, Jewel can feel Lex's bubbling chaos underneath that usual stoic, quite lawful nature, as can Edgius, but you would also feel Edgius's general disdain for this ginger prick. And
Radiating like a
Edgius,
red aura.
you would feel you would feel Jules' just cool, collected, calm nature, but that underlying, if anybody uses magic in front of me, I might shit a brick. You are acutely aware of each other and just where you are as well.
And Callum?
And
For now,
other
just the 3 of you.
weird songs. Oh.
Just the 3 of you.
Is he there, though? He's with us?
Callum's with you, but for now it seems to just extend to the 3 of you.
Callum, do you want to go first through the portal? As you're the Fey guy.
I've seen this done before, sure. Let's, fuck it, why not?
What do we do? Do we stand around?
We
Run?
simply just walk. And you'll see a door open in the tree, just walk through.
It is not going
Best to do it
okay.
a bit of a run if you're nervous.
Well, great. Count me in on that one.
If anybody gets that reference, I'm going to be really, really proud of them.
Platform 3/4.
Platform 9 3/4.
There we
Fred
go,
and
there we
George.
go.
Thank you. Yeah, there we go. How dare you?
I feel validated. Thank you. Very well. Do follow. You have everything. Let's go. And so Amaris approaches Sil Ariel as the giant tree, and you can see the druid is still singing in this Sylvan language. And as Callum sort of sets foot, he just sort of, wow, stunning. Simply stunning. Sorry, it's hard not to be taken by the Fae when you've spent so long with them. Yes, let's keep going. And Amaris just approaches, has a quiet word with the Dryad, and the Dryad sort of just places a hand on Amaris's shoulder. Amaris turns to you all. Well, if you are ready, we'll be going now. Please stand close to 3. As soon as glowing door opens, step through, and we will all be fine. Just a reminder, this is a singular freebie only. Next time you need to traverse via trees or via plants, you will be paying gold.
Understood.
Thank you for taking the time. And Edge is going to look to the group as if to say, I'm trying. And then look back and go, it has been a pleasure using your services, and I'm sure we would be excited to do so again for other official business. Armistice, man.
Don't worry, my friend, I think you're a dickhead also. And this golden portal opens up, and Callum's just going to look to you all and sort of walk up to it, turn around, and just be like, here we go then, and jumps backwards.
Jewel will get down onto all fours and panther run with her feline agility, doubling her pace, and just scream through the portal to try and get out the other side quickly as possible.
Edge is
I'm
going to walk
tempted to
past.
cannonball through
go
it,
for
but Lex wouldn't do that, would he? So I'll casually
I don't know, he's
walk
not meditated.
I will casually walk through, trying to look as confident as I can, secretly not having a fucking clue what's about to happen.
Edgeus is going to walk past Amaretto, Amaretti, and he's going to just walk past and do the old, and then into the portal as he's like, fucking watching you, bitch, and it's just going to go through the portal.
And
The irony of the fact
final
that he's
thing
following
Amaris will
us.
do is takes the Dryad's hand off his shoulders, plants a gentle kiss on the knuckles, and steps through the portal. So Callum, being the first one, just sort of leans back and then takes a step back as he looks around and sees the forests of Drymere around him, but familiar parts of the more tasty greenery, shall we say, followed by then Jewel, who just almost pounces straight at him, and he sidesteps at the last moment like, oh shit!
Skids to one, skids the end. Oh, that was a ride.
A little bit of an overreaction, if I don't say so myself, dear.
I did not want to
then
get my
Lex
tail
steps
cut.
through. Okay, sure. Then Edgius steps through, and finally, Amaris the Druid. Well, we are here. City this way. You said you needed to head northeast, northwest,
Northwest,
West.
I believe.
northwest. That way.
Shall we meet you in Mostacy then?
Yeah.
I will be with the Council of Elders. I needed to
Oh.
tell them about Greenheart Festival anyway.
Great. We shall
Don't
meet
forget
you
to tell
there.
them how triumphant we were, because obviously we're on official business from them, so it'll help.
Yes, and
you're
you
on
know,
official business from them.
To fix this portal
To some
nearby.
degree.
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, very good. I will tell them you are off to finally finish the job that they set you then.
Yeah.
wouldn't
Oh,
use
and
the
don't
word
forget to mention the
finally.
dryad
Than
singing
that.
for us.
Yeah.
You know.
More very quickly. Would be better words.
The fact that you all spoke at once there is just this druid going, yeah, that one struck a nerve. He's just gonna be there like, okay, have a good time.
Fucking perfect.
It was indeed perfect. Oh, very good. So, you four then begin to head sort of northwest of Morse Tacy and follow that familiar path. At least for Lex, Jewel, and Callum. Edgius, this is probably an area you're not overly familiar with. But immediately you feel something is wrong. The others are used to, or at least have experienced this feeling before, but there is a strange arcane effect on the very wind. I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Yuck. Okay.
I forgot about
You
this.
sure? God damn. Wisdom saving throw. Oh Christ. Okay, so that's gonna be a 16.
16. You sort of walk through this area, and despite this arcane energy that seems to sort of wash over you, you can feel that it would try to warp your mind and maybe make you see things or make you experience things, but you manage to keep a level head, taking solace in the fact that your allies, your friends, your family have traversed this area before. They know where they're going, and they seem to be walking with a purpose, at least.
Edgius, I won't dive into the RP, but Edgius would, along the lines be like, do you guys feel that? Like, isn't that weird kind of thing? And
Oh yes, sorry, we should have wondered about that.
Yeah, it feels like someone's trying to get in my head or something.
Hopefully, once the
then-
portal's fixed, this should. Now, was it because of the portal or was it the forest, Matt? I can't remember.
It's the portal, you would remember.
Yeah,
So,
once the portal's
as
fixed,
you
it
all,
should resolve.
as the four of you keep walking through, there's occasionally these faint, disembodied whispers that just are heard on the wind, speaking in either unknown languages or very, very cryptic phrases that are very hard to understand. You occasionally see these ethereal auras that shimmer around different objects. At some point on your journey, you suddenly step under a storm cloud where lightning strikes and heavy rain forms down, but then 10 paces away you are back into dappled sunlight. And these strange occurrences just keep occurring as you get further and further into the forest and deeper into the forest. Eventually, the four of you stumble back across that grove of sorts, the circle of stones, where at the very end you see this formation of stones with this strange fluctuating energy, which is now a lot more purplish and darkish than you remember, and roils like a storm cloud just sparking. Occasionally one of those arcane bolts just bursts out of this portal and strikes the very ground. You see the raised platform ahead of you. That corpse no longer there, but the bloodstain's still there. You see the raised ground by one of the trees where the Fey Lord had been buried. And you see the stone where it was carved by the blade that Aegeus now carries as a strange-looking katana at this point. What would we like to do?
Lex, it has clearly got a lot worse. I am glad we have returned quickly.
Oh well, I must act fast, and I'll get the book out. I'll ask Jewel, can I take the crystal?
Oh please, I would caution, do not get too close. Those energy bolts look quite dangerous, so please be very careful. But here you go. If you need us to do anything, hold anything, chant with you, I don't know. Just let us know. But otherwise,
I need to familiarise myself again with the ritual, and I'll get the book out and remind myself what I need to do with the 3 ingredients.
Aegeus will kneel down next to Lex and put a hand on his shoulder as he casts Mage Armor on Lex, and then will say, "You got this. This is what you were meant to do," and then give you Bardic Inspiration again.
Good,
if
man.
you've already used it.
I have. Yep.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Very good. Lex, where are you going within this this area, shall we say?
So I'll be stood in front of the portal, but not close enough to get some friendly fire. But as in, I'm standing perpendicular in front of the portal.
Cool. Let's just bring up the scene so I can remind myself of what this looks like. Very good. There we go.
Shit.
I will say you approach the raised platform then, and sit just the other side of it, just beyond the bloodstains, and seat yourself and begin to very quickly flick through this book. Make me an investigation check, please, with advantage.
This dice is fuck right off. I'll do my Bardic Inspiration as well. Good. That made it a 14, otherwise that would have been an 8. I'm changing that dice.
14. Very good. You begin to flick through, and you find that passage again, that passage that speaks of the 3 ingredients: the moon-touched flower, the morning dew touched by laughter, and finally the star-touched crystal. It describes a particular spell that must be cast, and a particular ritual that must be followed. The first steps of which are combining the petals and the dew together and grinding them into a paste, which you then lay in a circle, or at least a ring, in front of the portal you wish to close. And then it talks of channeling the energies of the star-touched crystal, but does not go into detail around that particular note.
Well, given Jewel told me not, thinking about, Jewel would have told me about when she touched it, it affected her in some way. So I'm essentially going to try and pick it up and use it as an arcane focus and try and channel it through me.
Nice.
Whatever energy comes off it.
Okay. So, you spend some time grinding up the petals of the moonflower, adding in the dew. How close to this portal are you getting?
Well, if I have to draw that circle, I suppose I've had to have gotten within 10-15 feet, right?
Maybe
So if it's too far away from the portal, let's go. Of course, I knew that was coming. I'm 50 feet away, Matt. Just. Oh, actually, I'm happy with that. 18.
18. There's a moment where you're just sort of spreading this in the dirt, and there is enough petals that you gathered to make quite a thick paste, even with the subtle amount of dew that you seem to gather. And you begin to spread it out, and all of a sudden there is just this arcane bolt that shoots towards you, or towards the step you're in, scorches the ground beneath your feet as you just manage to dance out the way and take a moment. And Callum's just going to look up. Careful, darling. The sooner we get this done, the better.
Watch yourself, Lex. Keep your fingers and hands away from anything that's gonna, keep your digits inside the vehicle.
As you look at him holding the precarious growing star touch crystal, which is potentially about to blow his hands off, I got this, and then we'll turn back.
Okay. You complete this semicircle and then take a step back, and as you step back, you notice that there is almost like moonlight that just begins to emanate from the ground where you've spread the dew and the petal paste in this semicircle around the portal. You hold the star-touched crystal, and you do what?
So if it has an effect, or if it gives off an energy, I'm going to try and use it. How do I absorb it? So I suppose you know how I use my mana stone as a kind of arcane focus, and I kind of I'm going to try and access its power the same way I access my mana stone's power, using that's how I would understand me trying to use it.
Make me an Arcana check, please.
Can I make an investigation
I'm
check?
use magical guidance as a meta magic option.
Nice.
Yes, 14 is the best I could do.
Nice.
14, Edgius. You wanted to make a...
Yeah, just an investigation check to see if, Lex seems a little bit lost in this moment. Is there anything, he's good at lightning? There seems to be some weird lightning going on here. Would lightning encourage this process, possibly? Is what I'm trying to investigate.
Make me an investigation check. Lex, with a 14, as you hold on to this star-touched crystal, which actually takes this star shape as well, as you sort of hold it out. There is a moment where you push it out and try and just use your arcane energy, and one of those purplish bolts just streaks towards you.
I try and catch it using the crystal.
In that moment before it hits the crystal, it stops and almost just begins to pool in front of you, and then splits and begins to get larger and larger.
Oh, that's
and these two inky black shapes just step out as before you stand even two wraith-like shadows.
Motherfucker.
Let's roll some fucking initiative, my
Yes,
friends.
let's roll that initiative.
23, by the way, on the investigation check.
23 on the investigation. Because it's a 23, in this moment where these two shadows appear, you just think he shouldn't be doing this by himself. And that is the last thought you have before these shadows step out. And just those spectral blades appear once again.
We need to Guardians of the Galaxy this motherfucker. We need to share the energy between us.
Very good. So, let's quickly roll initiative for Callum. Ba-ba-dum.
Callum, the boy.
What was that? Was that a natural one? Fuck my life. That was a natural one for a 3.
Get your head in the fucking game, Callum. Fuck.
Lex.
I rolled a 20 on initiative.
Nice.
Well, not 250, 20. Jewel.
6.
Oh,
Yeah.
edgiest.
16.
16. Very good. Cool. So the order is then Lex, Edgius, Jewel, and Callum. First up then, Lex, you are holding the Star Touch crystal in this moment where this arcane bolt shoots out, stops, splits, and these two shadows just begin to creep out in front of you and take form. What would you like to do, my friend?
Cog, it's time to do what we've been practicing. And Cog will come out of my pocket and sort of hover next to me, and then you'll just see gears spin in my eyes as then almost metallic, spectral, magical metallic plates come off me and start building around Cog as I start building a Megazord around Cog. And then Cog stands beside me as a metallic construct almost as I cast Summon Construct.
Nice. So yes, these
shit.
arcane
Electrical.
cogs just and it's like that scene where Iron Man just collects his armor against him in Iron Man 3, exactly like that special effect. As Cog builds or suddenly has legs and arms and this small little body, but that central eye forming the largest bulk of its being, and then these two wings that sprout off the side, and Cog just takes on an offensive stance, sort of forming into a small fighting stance, and you just hear this. What else would you like to do in your time? That was badass to fucking
that
start
is-
as well.
So that's number one. The second one will be a bonus. I'll use a bonus action. I'll use a Meta Magic point to make my cantrip a bonus action, so then I can actually use my bonus action. So I'll use another sorcery point, and I'll do. Which one? Acid Splash at B.
Nice.
So that is a Con 14 saving throw, please. I've got to concentrate on Cog's construct as well.
Concentrate on cogs. I'll throw a concentration thing on you in a minute. Right, there we go. There's a black dice for shadows. Concentration check. Or constitution saving throw, you say. Natural 1.
Oh.
Double that damage.
Boom. 2d12 coming at you. Biatch. Oh, 12 and a 5. 17 points of poison damage.
As you just throw this forwards, that poison just dissipates through the shadow.
Fuck.
No effect.
Motherfucker. And it's now Cog's go, because he goes immediately after me.
Absolutely.
Megazord Cog.
Megatron
He
fucking
can make-
cock.
He makes the number of attacks equal to half the spell's level, so he can make 2 attacks. And he's got a +6 to hit. So he's going to attack B twice. Plus,
He's going to step around to where
With
B
a
will say he
19
formed
to
on that
hit.
side of you then.
I am Optimus Prime.
Absolutely hits with a 19.
Where's my D8 gone? Here you go. With a 12 points of bludgeoning damage.
12 points of bludgeoning damage. Oh, is that counted as a magical attack?
I fucking hope so. It does say melee weapon attack, to be fair, because it's a slam
So-
attack.
I will reduce it.
Okay, that makes sense. With a
So resistant.
24 to hit. With
24 is absolutely hits. That second fist just
6 bludgeoning damage.
3 points of bludgeoning damage then.
Or just so you know,
So this
any creature that touches Cog in Megazord form or hits him with a melee attack while within 5 feet takes 1d10 fire damage. Just so you know.
nice. Shit.
Coming in hot.
And corruption.
Absolutely coming in hot. Very good.
I forgot to move.
Anything else? Where did you want to
forgot
move
to
to?
move,
Because
Lex.
technically it's still your go.
I will.
Get behind us, Lex. Yeah.
I'm gonna.
So you're going to go there. We'll put Cog back there.
Yeah, leave Cog in the action. Operation Get Behind Cog.
I'm going to call this the Cog Zord.
Cogazord.
Cogazord. There we go. It is then B's turn. Yeah. No, we're in the centre of the day. So, this hand, this spectral, shadowy hand, is just going to reach forward towards Cog and sort of place itself against the top of Cog, this central eye, which now forms a full-on head. And that is going to be... Shit, I didn't even get that down the tower. A 19 to hit Cog.
Oh, yeah. He's got a 17 armour class.
Bloody hell.
Cogazord form.
Fucking hell. That's better than most of you.
Yes.
I just need to cast Fly on him and then I can just ride him into battle. Like a fucking jetpack.
Fucking
That's
Silver
also a
Surfer.
concentration spell, though, isn't it?
Touche.
So that is 10, 18, 19, 20, 21, 24 points of necrotic damage to Cog.
Fucking hell, he's immediately bloodied. He's only got 40 hit points. He's down to 16
And I
already.
need a constitution saving throw from Cog.
Oh, okay. That's an 18.
Cog has more hit
Okay.
points than Jewel
Hit point
does
max
without
not reduced.
without 8.
So as
He's
this
pretty badass.
spectral hand, as this shadow hand just connects parts of this, what is now, you now understand as sort of this magically augmented armour that forms around Cog, just begins to splinter and fall away into these dissipating magical cogs. Or gears, I should say. Now, you said if anybody touches Cog, they will take how much fire damage?
1d10.
1d10. Roll me 1d10, please.
A 6.
6. So this flame-like radiance just bursts around Cog. This shadow creature doesn't seem to recoil. Doesn't seem to do as much as you thought it was going to, but still does something at least. We are then over to Aegeus.
Aegeus, after Lex kind of dipping out the way, is going to remind everyone, watch out for their daggers! And then just essentially kind of take a sidestep from the group and be like, even though I do make a lot of jokes, I am actually quite good at investigating, so I hope you won't mind me learning this one from you, Lex. As Aegeus is going to draw his Defender Sword, and for my action, I'm going to throw the Defender Sword at the dude in front of me. And I'm going to take Go for it.
I was going to say make a ranged attack with the sword then.
Hell yeah. And I'm going to take the +2 to my AC, giving me just a +1 to the roll already. So that's going to be a 15 to hit.
15 will not hit. Is your Defender Longsword, or Defender Katana, I should say, just into the ground before I'm assuming you were throwing this at.
Yes, I was indeed.
And it just
and as Aegeus
digs into the ground.
And as Edgius did that, he sees that it's a perfect distraction. He sees that hopefully, that will have caught their eyes, got them moving. At that moment, he's going to take a step forward and use meta magic to spend 2 sorcery points to quicken a spell as he casts 4th level Thunder Wave at these 2 guys. Let me just make sure they're both in range quickly. I just
think it's
loaded thunder wave.
Yeah, 15
foot cube, isn't it?
It's a 15-foot cube, so if you move 5 foot forwards, I think it would be better.
Beautiful. So as he's thrown it, he's then just gonna charge forward. Yeah. Cool. And as he casts it, he's just gonna give a guttural sound of "fuck you" as he just lets out this massive wave of fucking energy. So that is a con save. Yeah, con save for you guys, 15.
Ooh, for the 2 of them, that is a big fat 8.
Beautiful. We do love a good bit of that. 1 second, let me get out extra dice, because I always forget that this one requires a little extra dice. Where are you? Sweet. That'll do. Cool. Alright. Beautiful. Okay. That's going to be 10, 24. It's going to be 35 points of thunder damage. And because they both failed, they're also pushed 10 feet away from us as well.
Does A disappear into the portal? No, he doesn't. He's not like that.
So B is going to go 5, 10. And you notice they are pushed back, but it's almost like that energy washes over them somewhat. You can see parts of their body just wisps away. But it doesn't seem to do as much damage as you were hoping. A is going to go 5, 10 into the portal near enough, or just within the very edge, and hit that moonlight barrier. And as it hits that moonlight barrier, Lex, can you roll me 5d6, please?
Oh shit. You ready? Oh. 22.
Oh wow.
22.
Blimey.
Yep.
Walking.
Radiant like flames just erupt around this shadow creature as it takes 22 points of radiant damage.
Bam.
Also, where did my sword end up on the map? Can you give me a ping?
About here.
Edgius will run and pick up his sword. Yeah,
Naruto run and picks it up.
Yeah, exactly. Hands behind him, picks it up like a reverse grip, and then switches it to front grip as he then stands in front of them. Is like, "Not this time. I'm ready for you now." And I'll end my go.
Very good. Very good. A then is going to step out of this radiant flame and just... You can still see this glowing brand of fire just across the back of this creature, but is going to step forward towards Edgius, and it is going to attempt to use its melee attack against you. It's going to be a natural 1. There's that burning radiance, it just... and the hand almost just passes straight through you to no effect. Jewel.
Having seen these move around, she will get a better sort of stance, point towards put like almost a hand up to guide, and then we'll just grab her dust dagger out, like sort of throw it up in the air behind her, catch it by the blade, and then just launch it. This is with including a bonus action of steadying. To gain advantage.
Nice.
Also,
yes,
aren't I within 5 feet? Doesn't that give you?
Oh yeah,
sneak
you
attack?
are. But that gives you sneak attack, but I also wanted advantage on it. I am just, I believe, within 20 feet of A anyway. but I'm not sure actually. 5, 10, 15,
Let's
20, I
have a
think so.
look.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll allow it.
So advantage on that one is beautiful, 23 to hit.
23 is going to
Fuck
hit.
yeah.
So then that is 3d6 and 1d4. I shall roll another one because I don't know where that went. There we go. No idea. 18 points of piercing damage to A.
18 points of piercing damage.
Wait.
Magical attack, so therefore it does hit.
Yeah, it's a magic
It
dagger.
is.
Yeah.
And as that happens, yeah, they're within that. There is also, because I forgot that it went up,
Was that including your sneak attack?
that was including sneak attack, a second ghostly phantom dagger flies towards B, which is within 30 feet of the
Fucking
first
dice everywhere
creature.
at the minute.
There is
Yep.
5 points of necrotic damage to B.
As the shadow-like jewel bursts out from where A is and goes towards B, you just see B almost reach up a shadow hand and the shadow form of jewel just no effect.
Yeah. Sweet. I can't move and use my bonus action, so that's me.
Very good. Callum then is going to step up and he's going to move 5, 10, 15 to there. And he's just going to rub his hands together, but this time, for the first time, you see ice crystals form on his hands. And he's just going to be there. Lord of Winter it is. And fires out these 2 Eldritch Blasts, but this time, where they had previously been pink, they take on this icy form and just towards these 2 creatures. Right, Callum's pink dice. First one towards A. Shit, misses, because that's an 11. Just. And then natural 1 with the second. Thanks for turning up, Callum. You're a fucking waste of space. He will, however, then... will he? No, he's not going to. He's just going to cast his Eldritch Blasts and just get a grip, you fucking idiot. As he realises he's missed. That will be Callum's go. Lex, back to you.
So I will use 3 sorcery points to twin my next spell, which I'm casting at 3rd level. So
Nice.
I will start forming 2 thunderously sparking orbs and lob them as I cast chromatic orb at A and B, hopefully, with a fucker duck. I rolled a 1 on the first one. That's because Edgius is in the way, so I missed that one.
Sorry! Oh, fucking.
Fucking, I rolled a 1 again.
No way!
So these 2 orbs just spin off into the distance and just 2 sounds of cracking thunder just emanate against the... I'm going to say one hits this stone formation over here and the other one hits the other one over here, and you just see them just crack and begin to crumble.
Bonus action.
Then, I guess.
Bonus action, I'll use
Yeah.
the rest of my sorcery points to get my 4th level spell slot back.
Nice.
Because I've had enough, so I'm bringing out
Good.
the big guns. And then on Cog's turn, I'm gonna get him noticing what just happened when he hit that moonlight barrier. I'm gonna get Cog to charge B and try and rugby tackle him back into the barrier.
Fuck
Make me a
yes!
shove attack, which is cast as an athletics check, basically, for Cog. So it'll be their strength.
Strength.
If they've, I don't think it calls
Plus
out
4 for strength.
proficiency in
I'm feeling
athletics.
confident.
And then it's
Oh,
also an
fucking
athletics resistance check, basically.
12.
That jumped out.
Not
Get that
feeling
back.
confident anymore.
Well, B has a -2 to strength, so that will be a big fat 5.
Oh.
Boom.
Oh, I completely forgot something. If
Go on.
the outer essence of shard is on me, does that count as an arcane focus
Yes.
if it's like on my person?
It absolutely does.
Cool. A has disadvantage on attack rolls as well, and ability checks.
Oh, very good.
As well. Sorry, just was reading something.
Very good. B then, as Cog just sort of runs up and grabs hold
No, I'm
and
charging
shoves
A
B.
because that's the one that's nearly dead.
Oh, you were charging A, were you?
Yeah.
Well, let's just roll again to make sure. Yeah, still a 5. So Cog is going to just run up here, 5, 10, and shove A back again. Roll me 5d6, please.
3, 4, 5. 4, 8, 12.
So good.
16.
Thanks for the
That's
dice
around
towers
my
then.
damage.
16 points of radiant damage. This creature really not looking good now, as half, if not 3/4 of its shadowy essence is just burned away. Anything else in your turn?
If Cog gets 2 attacks, does that count as the first one?
That's 1 attack. A shove is a singular attack,
He'll then
as
just
far as I'm aware.
run and punch A. Why not? Just try and finish it off.
Actions in combat. Oh, bear with.
It might be. It
Using
might
the
be that
attack
it's whole
action.
action.
Using the attack action, you can make a special melee attack to shove a creature. It is 1 attack.
There you go.
Oh yeah, and the next one's an 18 to hit.
So forget. 18 to hit will absolutely hit as Cog steps up
With,
and is going to punch the
11
creature.
points
I'm
of
assuming.
bludgeoning damage.
11 points of bludgeoning damage reduced down to 6 as Cog sort of shoves and then punches into A. Very good.
Happy with that.
Anything else in your turn then, Lex?
Now Cog's doing better than Lex, so I'm
I'm
happy
doing
with
better
that.
than
Why he
everyone.
summoned the whole...
Megazord.
B then is going to 5, 10, 15 straight up to Callum and is just going to reach forward towards Callum. You notice, because there is dappled sunlight in the area, the shadows seem to be moving a lot slower and don't seem to have as much corporeal form as they usually would. So it's a 19 or...
I need a spell with
a,
radiant damage next time.
A 14 to hit Callum, which just hits. Callum is going to take 48 plus something necrotic damage. Get in the hole. 7, 8, 9, 10, 17, 18, 19, 22 points of necrotic damage to Callum. As this hand just connects and you see Callum's skin go pale, the pink eyes seem to lose their sparkle for a moment, and Callum needs to make a Constitution saving throw. That's not good. That is a 6, which means Callum's hit point maximum is reduced by 14 as well.
Fuck. Forgot about that.
Did I say 14? No. It was more than that. 7, 14.
20, wasn't it?
It was. 7, it was 22. Don't know why I got 14 in my head, but there we go. Very good. That will be Shadow Wraith B's go then. Edgius.
Okay, Jim, you're gonna have to bear with me with this one. You can let me know where your thoughts are on this. Edgius would like to take a step back, and then run as fast as he can at the shadow creature. He would like to then, in midair, jump and perform a 2-foot drop kick at the shadow creature. However, in midair, he would like to place his defender blade between his legs as he flies, so that the blade pierces at the same time. What's your thoughts on that one, GM?
Make me an acrobatics check first, please.
Stab your own foot.
Yeah, you just chop your leg off.
18.
18. You manage to wedge the blade between your feet as you then strike down, but I'm going to say you need to roll to hit with the blade.
Yes, please. I'm gonna take all 3 off of my plus to that one so that I can add it on to my AC for this round as well.
Nice.
Right, let's go for it.
Roll a
Come
20,
on,
come on.
baby.
Let's just make sure. I'm going to draw this ring as well while we're here.
That is a dirty 20.
Nice.
Which will hit.
Hit. Beautiful,
Yeah,
beautiful. And my
absolutely.
hope is that the force of the blow will push him back into the barrier again. Is my hope. And he takes 1d6, very small amount of magical slashing damage. He takes 9 points of magical slashing damage, I should say, or piercing damage with this one.
Very good. 9 points of slashing damage to A. And I will say then, as you land with the blade and shove it, it just burns against this moonlight-esque edge and is no more.
Yes.
Beautiful. Edgius will, so that was 1 step back, 5 feet, 2 steps forwards, 10 feet. So Edgius will then kind of realign, and then bonus action, I'm going to spend a 2nd level spell slot to regain 2 sorcery points. And
Nice.
as I do it, you'll see Edgius kind of reach out and almost watch like shadow kind of seep from the air out of nothing as this thing disappears into his body as he like absorbs some of the shadow magic. And he's gonna look to Lex as he kind of like rolls his shoulders back and he goes, "Ugh, things have changed." And yeah, get ready for next round. That'll be the end of his turn.
Very good. Jewel then.
Question: Where would her dusk dagger have dropped? Where it was when it hit, or where it then fell and finally died? It's basically like, would it be?
It will be over here where
Right.
A died.
Yep. Cool.
It is a magical weapon, so it would have lodged in.
Yeah. So with her feline agility, which she will have got back since using it to transfer through the tree, she will then double her movement and go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 to grab it. Skid to a stop while she grabs it, and then run towards B. And then as she sort of goes up from all fours and just stands up next to B, she then spins it around in her head and then just whips straight up the front
Nice.
of
The zipper attack.
Yeah. So that will be. It's not an advantage, but it would give me sneak attack, I believe, is the answer there.
Yes. Providing it hits.
Providing it hits, which it may not do. Because I need to add. Yeah, it's terrible. It's a 13 to hit.
13 is not enough. Because you sort of spin the blade around and...
Ooh! I've got inspiration.
And
I'll roll again.
Ooh!
No, it's worse. Cool.
The shadow just seems to part where your blade swipes up. And yeah, you whiff. Anything else?
Bonus action. Disengage, and I've got plenty more movement, so I will go 5, 10, 15.
Very good. Callum's turn, then attack of opportunity, sorry.
For what, sorry?
Did you took a bonus action, did you, there, to disengage?
Disengaged.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I did hear that in my head and totally ignored it.
It's all right.
So, yes, sorry. Trying to focus on too many things at once there. Callum then, with the creature being this close, is just going to stare and just sort of takes a deep shuddering breath. Not today, you shadowy fuck. And takes out that dragon tooth dagger and is just going to try and stab into the centre. Now, Callum gets a single attack. Make it good, Callum. That is an 18 on the dice for a grand total of 24. As the
Come
dragon
on,
tooth
Callum's in the
dagger
game.
then stabs in. Where's my pink d4? There we go. Max damage on that, so that is 7 points of piercing damage from a magical weapon.
Nice.
And an additional 3 points of, I believe that's acid damage, which will be 2 points of acid damage, because it's resistant to that. But Callum stabs in and then withdraws the dragon tooth dagger. Now we're in business. And we'll then use a bonus action to Misty Step the fuck away.
Yes.
So this icy mist just
Good call.
wraps around Callum, and he is going to pop over to here and just. Can we finish this fuck now? And on that note,
I got you.
are going to leave it there tonight, my friends, because we are slightly over
bastards.
time. But yes.
I was
It's all
about
good
to win
fun.
the fight.
So we've
as
still
well,
got a
Matthew.
portal. Yeah, win the fight. Love it. Love it. It's all good. Well, we'll finish off. We will start on a high next week, I should say. Listen, thank you all for joining us for this RP heavy episode with a little bit of combat thrown in the end there. Hope you've all enjoyed Callum's story, at least, and some of the revelations we've had tonight. We will see how we close this portal next week. And how we start to make use of the items that we've gathered. We will also see the conclusion of this fight next week as well, so please do not miss it. It will be same time, same place, Monday night, Twitch, 7:30pm UK time. Of course, you can catch this episode again on YouTube, on VOD on Friday, and also on the podcast platform of your choice on Friday as well. I think if you're a follower or subscriber, you should be able to watch the VOD on Twitch as well. I still haven't quite figured out how that works, but you'll be able to watch that as long as it's available. But yes, thank you so much for all the support tonight. It's good to see everyone once again. Yes, we have been the Malt and Magic crew. This has been episode 38 of Campaign 2. We love you all. Stay safe, and we will see you next time.